First referee, Mr. Bobby Celso. Second referee, Mr. Paulie Sanchez. Let us welcome our starting lineup from our King Crunchers of Criss Cross. Let's begin with the team captain. He wears jersey number 14, Esmil's Johnner Paul Barossa. At number 1, Angelo Nicolas Almendras. Wearing jersey number 5, Jude Garcia. At number 7, Rex Emmanuel Intal. Number 11, Francis Philip Saura. And at number 16, Giancarlo Glorioso. Starting libero is number 18, John Philip Pepito. Head coach, Mr. Anusorn Coach Tai Bundit. Calling on our Martelli Meats Master Butchers. Let's begin with their team captain, who wears jersey number 1, Jerome Michael Cordez. At number 2, Carl Justin Honrado. Wearing jersey number 3, Andre Miguel Bundok. Number 4, Renz Jonas Cruz. Number 12, Wilbert Sebrero. And number 18, Angelo Reyes. Starting libero is number 9, Stephen Jason Sundian. Head coach, Mr. Michael Ian Coach Billy Conde. This is match number 28, Season 7, the Invitational Conference.
And this is the starting lineup for the Criss Cross King Crunchers. And I'm not surprised Ish is starting again, and you're going to enjoy number 18, John Philip Pepito. Walang bumabagsak na bola dyan. And Gian Glorioso. Nakakabulol talaga yung pangalan niya, but walang problema sa kanya because he'll block everything at that net. There's Jerome Cordez, who we talked about earlier today. And Hornado will be part of that starting lineup again. Nakakatawa kasi si Coach Conde. He started player number 1, 2, 3, 4. Akala ko diretso 5 and 6 ang ipapasok niya. But the first serve of the game will belong to, come on, referee Sanchez rolled the ball, and he's not happy with the floor. Yeah, we're doing some housekeeping right now. We don't want, of course, our players to suddenly slip and slide on the Inares Sports Arena turf. And I think it will, yes, I think it will be the Meat Masters Butchers that will serve first. You know, in a game like this, you're up against a favorite team. You've got to bring a certain grit, a certain special attitude here na hindi dapat ang pasok mo, talo na tayo, umpisa pa lang.
I think, you know, even if mathematically they're out already, you know, pagdating sa team standings, I think this is where you now start to play for pride. But, of course, Criss Cross has other things in mind.
So they want to get into the next round with a flourish. Saura with the first point provided for Criss Cross. And all set to serve is Nico Almendras. Here comes the set. Reyes uncorks and delivers.
And I guess this is what you are seeing earlier. Ano, when you're going up against a strong team, you have to show them that you're not intimidated. And yung mga ganyan na medyo statement points, it's a good way to start the match.
Ish Polvorosa with a one-handed set. He had to ad-lib there, and Glorioso drilling it in.
It's a great connection that you're seeing between the setter and the spiker. Look at the timing.
Our score right now, quickly, King Crunchers ahead 2-1. Now, they got something out of that. Reyes, parang broken play and out of system yun. Ginawa na lang ng paraan.
Oh, pero sa gitna pa rin binigay. Has worked for them.
And Reyes, who played for UE, taking full advantage of his long arms in that sequence. We are squared at 2. Oh, bullet.
It's just the start of the game, but most of the sets that we are seeing from Criss Cross, makikita natin all very fast-paced, low sets.
Almost zero. Zero tempo pag-akit ng bola sa minute. Palo agad sila. Intal, si Glorioso. 3-2 count. Combination play. Big stretch. That net is dancing. And it will be a point for the Meat Masters. Watch this. What happened there?
Net touch.
Ayun,
over
pagbaba.
there. Oh.
Si Nicole Mendres yata yung nag-scrape ng net. Score natin, tabla sa 3. Hindi
pero
nagtatagal.
palitan agad, no? Bilis ng return. I think if Martelli Meats keeps this up, yung bawat bawi ng Criss Cross ng puntos, they get a score back, then it should be good for them.
No, don't allow the other side to create such a big lead wherein it's so hard to overturn and you play catch-up. Here's a playable, like in that case, Cortez was too far from the ball and that was totally playable. Suddenly, it's a 2-point lead by the King Crunchers.
One of the things that we've noted na naging struggle nitong Martelli Meats is really their service reception. But luckily, that service error gives them a point.
Jude Garcia unable to get it across. It's 5-4, and Cortez will be serving. Make sure that goes in. It crawls over the net. And this one is a check ball. It's so disappointing when you know it's going out and suddenly may tumama pala sa isang tao. 6-4 ang count natin. Rex Intal is going to serve. Nice shot that time by Bundok. Bundok resets, hits high. It's in the back row, reached for by Intal. Almendras tossed it over. Bundok dances on the floor. Missed it completely. And that'll make it 7-4.
Would have been an easy over. And this is where the danger begins. Ano? Kanina, they were keeping in step. But they cannot slow down.
Yeah, they have to dance with this team, go eye to eye with them. Here's a set to the other side, and that's missed that time by Carl Conrado. And we have arrived at our first technical timeout. We'll take a break here at 8-4.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2024, where power meets passion. Now, Sir Seven, and still a very important game for the Criss Cross King Crunchers, as every tally in the standing counts. But even with this, Captain Isay Marasigan chose to sit this game out, as napansin niya ang tendency to be complacent coming from his squad. Ang challenge niya sa players is to step up as leaders, act like captains, be vocal, para A-game lagi sila. They cannot rely on Isay, Ish Polvorosa, Ju Garcia, and Sumang alone. When it comes to leadership, they need to have that leader in themselves. Back to you guys.
And of course, Ayana, the challenge is to find leaders in every member of the team. In the meantime, the strike is a miss. That'll make it 9-4 here in the first.
Now it's these errors being committed on the side of Martelli Meats that's really causing them these giveaway points para sa Criss Cross.
Isay Marasigan not in the uniform, the kit for today. This is a quick that's rejected. Chance to reset here. That is going to still stay alive despite the shot of Bundok. Here comes the set by Cebrero. Oh, they're hitting too high. And Bundok missed it badly.
Tough assignment going up against two tall blockers. And I think he is bothered by that.
And that's why he's trying to hit high away from the hands instead of hitting down, actually. Honrado. Bundok. That will be better. But it's handled well by Saura. Bundok keeps it afloat. Cebrero sets. That's rejected. And this is where Martelli has some problems keeping the ball in play after being blocked.
Criss Cross now on a 6-0 run.
Yeah. They have scored at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 since it was 5-4 earlier. Partially missed, but in play. Bullet, well handled by the back row. Bundok, did he get it? It's outside. Just missed.
You know, he had the right thing in mind. Talaga naghahanap siya ng buta sa blockers, but very little space to work with down the line.
Coach Conde will utilize a break.
Ito, paalala ko lang, coverage kasi talaga magbablock sila, ha? Ikaw una makakaalam kung saan ka magka-coverage, kaya ikaw dapat magka-coverage muna, ha? Mickey, kaya mo yan. Oo.
Atake na lang tayo.
Oo. Yung counter, yung pag-counter lang kulang eh. Nadidepensa naman eh.
Alam mo, when you're coaching a young team, that doesn't have that much experience, you have to work on their confidence more than their skills pagdating ng game. Kasi nakaka-intimidate naman kasi talaga itong kabila eh, no? Parang puro national players eh. Tsaka mga veterano.
And you know, the way you handle, syempre iba-iba yan eh. Different strokes for different folks dito. Especially
Correct,
if it's, tama ka no, younger team, iba yung pressure playing in a league like this.
And another miss. There was the attempt by Cebrero to try to score on 2. He saw the opening, but they have now fallen behind by 9.
I think the intention is there. They kind of get a read kung saan nila gusto dalhin yung bola. It's just the execution is challenged.
Boy, first time for them to score after 8 straight points by the Criss Cross King Crunchers. We have a serve coming up for Renz Cruz, who played for DLSU Dasma. Polvorosa set. This is blocked. And the net is dancing. It was touched by Bundok. And that'll make it 14-5. Ish Polvorosa will be serving. Ish making sure that's clear over the net. Oh, nicely done, but he missed, I think. Oh, he had the right form, Reyes. However, missing there.
I think that's something consistent that we're seeing at least here in the first set. The intention is there. Alam nila kung saan nila gusto dalhin yung bola. But when it comes to execution, doon nagkakaroon ng extra na challenge.
Before that mistake by Polvorosa, that 10-point lead was the largest. It is now 15-6. The setter of Martelli all set to unleash his serve. We played for JRU. Here's Polvorosa set. Nicely done. Clean hit by Almendras. We are at the second technical timeout, and a 10-point lead has been re-erected. Back in a moment.
Huling El Bimbo.
nakakaimda, nakakaliw, nakakatindig, balahibo.
Kayo mga pinagagawa niyo sa mga player.
Mukhang nag-enjoy naman sila di ba?
Kaya napakaseryoso ni Jude.
Mukhang tuwang-tuwa naman siya sa pagkanta.
Yun. Saura gets that to pierce that double block. And that will mark it at 17-6. It's now the biggest lead at 11. Parang hindi aabot ng 10 puntos itong Martelli.
You know, it was a good start. Pero yung errors lang talaga nila really allowed Criss Cross to pull away. And now, Criss Cross back in their momentum.
Nakakuha ng punto kasi outside yung palo na yun. Lead is down to 10 at 17-7 at 7 will be serving right now. Bundok serve. Combination. Throwing off any defense of Martelli. That's pierced cleanly.
And you know, this is the thing that you see with teams like Criss Cross. No slowing down.
No,
Then you see them really get everyone into the action.
And pouring it on. That is inside. Very deep corner. It is now the largest lead of 12 at 19-7 here in the first. Glorioso. That is not going to cross Reyes red, and it's a 13-point lead. Timeout taken.
Wala tayong coverage. May pasa, may defense, wala tayong coverage.
Ano tayo? Magtulong-tulong kayo kasi parang parang hindi nyo alam yung gagawin nyo Ha? Suportahan nyo, suportahan kayo. Pag may papalo, coverage. May pasa naman At yung atake yung nawawala.
Isang stop,
Jello,
20 po lang.
silipin mo siya. Jello, andyan si Jello.
Tsagain nyo malayo pa. Nasa 20 na guys, hindi ko po. 1-5 lang yan.
And the Butchers in search of some energy, some kind of spark plug that'll ignite their game. And on the other hand, Anne is so correct because the Criss Cross King Crunchers are not interested in letting off. And they are pouring it on. Glorioso serve. Cordes gets a bullet in, but handled well. Whipped in with so much power by Jude Garcia.
That's a thing, no, with the Criss Cross. That's what we see that works well for them. They're able to find a way. Ginagawa ng paraan lahat Alanganin, set ng maayos, and they try to get a kill.
That's off two blockers. Some rare moments to score for Martelli. They arrive at 8 points. Watch this. And you can tell the skills of these young men are still a work in progress. Isidro will check in. This is Carlo Isidro. He will replace Angelo Reyes. Isidro serving. Polvorosa, that one-handed set. Nagugulat yung Martelli
Dying magic
Bakit tayo dead na yung bola, wala na pupuntahan, naiisahan pa rin tayo. 22-8 here.
But that's the thing, no matter what first ball they have, ginagawan lahat ng paraan to be able to deliver a play.
Yes. Dug up from the back. Block. Cruz resets. Cebrero to Honrado. He gets that to go through. And they arrive at 9 points.
Honrado, second time to score a point there.
Yes.
And both are off the blockers.
And revealing that he has some power. There's Carl serving. And too much power, I guess. Criss Cross 2 steps away from the finish line of this first set. Rocket serve. Good set. But the block is there. Cortez, nowhere to go. We arrive at set point.
Solid game there at the net. Look at this block from Polvorosa.
Oh, look, he knew exactly. He tilted his hands towards the right side to be able to seal that. Isidro got to it. Uh-oh. Cortez hesitated. And it's still in play. Pepito is there. Jump set by Garcia. Oh, longest rally. Alive, and he heaved over. Pepito, Polvorosa, and Intal knocking it down. We're done. Dominant performance earned by the King Crunchers.
Impressive offense. Look at this. Halos lahat ng play nakita natin utilize the entire area at the net.
And they were unceasing in their delivery. They finished the first set at 25-9. Demonstration of power in that first set by the Criss Cross King Crunchers, not allowing their opponents to even reach the double figure mark.
You know, it was a good start for Martelli Meats in set number 1. Sabi nga natin, they were able to keep in pace with Criss Cross until that point, where Criss Cross pulled away. They had, I think, a 6-0 run, and then it went on consistently from there. And like what we mentioned, I think, the highlights clearly show it. Lahat ng areas sa net nagamit talaga nila para sa kanilang mga plays. As we look at the numbers now for set number 1, clearly dominated by Criss Cross pagdating sa lahat ng ating skill departments from attacking, blocking, and aces. But for Martelli Meats, I think one thing they need to take note of, kung hirap ka ng pumuntos, dapat di ka rin namimigay ng points because they did give away 8 points in that last set.
They were going step by step with them. They were close at 5-4 and bigla na lang humiwalay nga. Tama yung sabi mo biglang 8 nating run. Iniwanan bigla ng King Crunchers ang Meat Masters. Samantala, a new face on the floor. Chum and Giga sees action for the first time. Polvorosa is kept there. Francis Saura is still on the floor. Pepito will remain. And not too many changes for the side of the King Crunchers. I think on the other side of the floor, new man is there. That's Joaquin Tubog, who played for Perpetual Binyan. And we are underway with set number 2. Tubog dancing downstairs, had to struggle and hustle for it. Polvorosa. Ang ganda kasi ng first ball na binibigay kay Ish.
And pag eksakto, hindi ka na gumagalaw. He has the luxury to really think of, kanino ko ba ito ibibigay? And that's what we noticed in set number 1. Running, quick, lahat na ng klaseng play na gawa na nila. May combination plays sila.
Tsaka yung gusto mo yung kung setter ka, inaabot na lang yung bola sa'yo Bump set. Aha! Almendras changed his mind at the last moment. Nag-alangan siya. He opted to toss, ended up with nothing there. So Tubog will be serving now for the Meat Masters Butchers of Martelli. Polvorosa goes back to Almendras. Referee Bobby Seltzer checking his crew. It is, I think, a check ball. It will go to the King Crunchers, who now lead 2-1. Nico Almendras is all set to serve. Oh, they got that. Umali, first time to be on the floor, knocking that down. Ken Rod Umali, who played for San Beda. And Umali is going to serve. Eto na naman, they're going toe-to-toe, 2-all. And what you need to do if you're Martelli, wag humiwalay. Stay in step. Pepito, what a set by Glorioso, but they make do with nothing there. Tubog, this one will work. And Cordes gets that to bite. A lead by Martelli at 3-2.
Martelli Meats consistently getting their points off the block. Single block, gets that point.
Here's Umali, continues to serve. Pepito. Garcia fly and missed it, and that's now going to be a 2-point lead for the Meat Masters Butchers.
These are the opportunities you need to take advantage of. We're talking about Martelli Meats. Yung kanilang kalamangan.
Nagigigil ata yung mga veterano. Naunahan eh. Mantala Umali with a good serve. Polvorosa reverses. Oh, power, power, power. So much to contain. That was so hard to deal with. Lakas ng palo na yun.
So 7 points already in this match.
SJ Sundiang unable to handle it. Glorioso, gentle jump on that one. Double block, seals it. And Tiga and Garcia conniving. And that's what Chum does, actually. Block the ball. Oh, service ace. That's a hoy moment. 3 straight points now by the King Crunchers.
Landing in between 2 receivers. But sabi nga nila, that's a sin. Dahil kailangan may nag-a-attempt in that case.
Isa, at least one.
Nagkatinginan lang.
That's outside on the cross. And we're tied at 5. The serve will belong to Martelli, and to do that will be Angelo Reyes. Faulty passing. Nico Almendras did not have his feet under him. He jumped away from it, actually.
And alam natin, no, for service receive, you need to have your feet firmly planted on the ground.
Just when you have some kind of scoring and momentum going, this happens. We're now tied at 6 here in the second. If you're just joining us, the first set went 25-9. A devastating performance. And this time, that is overcooked. Martelli regains the lead at 7-6. Carl Honrado will serve for all of us. He had some points in that first set, actually. Mostly penetrating the blocks of the King Crunchers. Touched him at the last moment, and we're tied anew.
Here in the second set, we're seeing the basic plays, you know, on the side of Criss Cross. Nothing fancy yet.
Oh, yeah. Not too many combination plays. Not too many quick so far. Ramming it into the net. We will arrive at the technical timeout with Martelli ahead by 8 to 7.
Welcome back to Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2024, where power meets passion. Now, Sir Seven, and now for the Martelli Meats, head coach Michael Conde talked about how for the first time ever, they did not experience or they did not go through plays or detailed trainings before this game, but pure back-to-basics sessions. In the past games, they lacked in blocking and coverage, as mentioned in the huddle earlier, and they lacked in receiving as well. Kaya today, purely back to basics. And Coach Michael also reminded them that they idolize Criss Cross anyway. They know how their idols play. Use this to your advantage. Predict your idols. Be aware sa in-game adjustments ninyo. Mind game lang ito. May pag-asa tayo against Criss Cross. Back to you guys.
Are in the the crest of such a hot rally, Ayana, and that was the second longest rally actually. And we now are tied at 8. Indiga will be serving now. Missed. It becomes a set. Tubog goes on 2. Bump set. And it's inside. Either Indiga touched it or it was just inside.
I think it fell within the court.
Martelli Meats Master Butchers have had flings with the lead. 9-8 is the current count. Pepito sets it up. Almendres fires. Playable, but out of control.
Yung mga wasted points here on the side of Martelli Meats. They only scored 9 earlier, so they need to be able to surpass that here in the second set.
Now that they're going toe-to-toe, and with every step of the way so far. That's blocked. That's not elevated. And that was nailed. Double contact called by referee Bobby Celso. And the lead now is in the hands of the King Crunchers.
And the thing right now also with the offense of Martelli Meats, we can see that the blockers on the side of Criss Cross can easily read.
Yes.
And very predictable, no? Nakikita nila, nasusundan, nasasabayan.
On this turn, they go down the line. Umali, who has produced some points coming off the bench. Tubog will be serving. Back row attack, and Garcia, the man with no fear, flying in the air again, makes it 11-10. What you like about Jude Garcia is the quickness in which he unleashes his power, actually. Almendres is served. Tubog chases it. In play by Saura. Garcia. One hand on it. It's still in play. Oh, that's outside. May have not been the best attack opportunity, but they'll take that. It's now a 2-point lead by Criss Cross. Biglang humiwalay na naman.
Oh, and you know, this rotation for Criss Cross would be a strong one. They have Saura here, who currently has a 75% success rate pagdating sa kanyang attack.
And this time, the blockers unable to contain the power of that one. And we're going to pause for a timeout requested by Coach Michael Conde.
Sabi ko, activate mo gitna para maging madali yung ano. Ha? Unahin mo muna. Pag kaya, i-activate mo si Jello para may ano tayo. Go depensa pa, depensa, tapos receive. Go.
Diretso lang dito.
Huwag niyo palayuin.
Well, you heard the tail end of that timeout. Wag palayuin. Because once the King Crunchers create separation and the ladies have a day off from work in the PBA.
Shy daw.
Shy daw. Ay, nabisto, nandito tayo. Majoy Baron doesn't care. Majoy's team winning yesterday. PLDT winning in 4 sets against the next-led Chameleons. Almendras. Polvorosa, so creative with that one-handed set.
And you know, that's the thing, no, with Polvorosa. Minsan off na yung first ball, pero nagagawa ng paraan. In that case, one hand, low set. Look at this. Pero talagang the connection is there with these attackers.
Ay, regalo. Garcia didn't get a call. Play continues. But they get the point in a different fashion. And that'll make it 15-10. Cebrero returns, pulls out Tubog at the center position. And Nico Almendras is about to serve his team just comfortably ahead now by 5. 5 straight points by the King Crunchers after we were close and tight at 10-all. Blocked and a point.
No coverage there for Criss Cross.
Of course, Ty Bundit, as he's watching, is hoping that his team will play a perfect game, of course, covering all those empty spaces. In preparation for the other games, they lost, of course, to Signal in the course of the tournament.
Oh, look at that change up.
And it's down and out. We're going to pause for the second technical timeout, which is now at 16-11. Back in a moment with your Spiker Stir.
Uso pa ba ang harana?
Harana. Ibubuhos ko ang buong puso ko sa isang munting harana para sa'yo.
Pwede yun. Nasa tono, nasa tempo. Kulang ng konting hagod, pero okay na yan. 16-12 ang score natin ngayon. Ang kantang yan, magtatagal forever, no?
Oh, inisip ko nga para dun sa mga pag binigyan ng ng mas older song, no, yung youth, mahulaan kaya nila.
Uso pa ba? Ang spike! Yes!
Ayun.
And Giga.
You know, 2 out of the 2 attempts converted in 2 points. So 100% ang kanyang attack efficiency.
Here's the pair substitution. Arbasto and Villados come in for Coach Ty Bundit. Villados will take care of serving. Adi is right there. Uh-oh, Mintis. Uh-oh, the choreography messed up there. It's hard when you're making those mistakes, when you're trying to play the best possible game.
And you know, you see that they try to adjust also in mid-air. but it takes some experience to be able to do that successfully.
And Coach Conde has maximized those timeouts. I thought, yep, they'll use the challenge here. Earlier in the first game, there was, I think, the challenge was not available, but now it's back.
And they'll go for a block touch.
And the score currently is at 18-12. If it holds, it'll be 19-12.
Well, right now, this is an improvement from
The 9
Martelli
points
Meats,
earlier,
yes,
yeah.
set number 1. Of course, still quite far from where
Yeah.
you want to be.
By the way, on Friday, 2 games are set here at the Inora Sports Arena. And we'll have the Navy returning to the floor. They're up against Savage, the Aesthetic Spin Doctors. And at 6 o'clock, the De La Salle Green Oilers of Eco Oil will be on the floor against Signal. And what's this? Parang wala, ano?
Looked quite far from the blocker.
No. So, the challenge does not hold. And we will now have the score at, as we mentioned, 19-12. Brillados' serve. Double block there. Brillados keeping it in play. Here comes the set, and there's double contact. Krong Arbasto apologizing. Six-point lead by the King Crunchers here in the second after taking the first at 25-9. Set Garcia blasts through, and they arrive at 20.
From that open hit, and usually ganun nangyayari, no? It lands in between 2 defenders on the other side.
Eto na. Jude Bagyo Garcia. Talagang bagyo pag dumarating. Oh, good counter that time. That will work. Jerome Cordes serving some heat of his own. And you're right, Ann, major improvement. They now have scored 14 points compared to the paltry 9 points they had in that first set. Romeo Teodonis is on the floor. He'll be serving. He pulled out Cordes. Pepito. Cebrero. Too close to the net. One-handed set again. This time by Brillados. Kept in play. Honrado says, I gotcha, puto. Hulog. Nabasa. Pinalo. Arbasto. And this one for Engiga will end the madness of that sequence.
Pahabaan, but good effort on for both teams keeping the ball alive.
Some changes being made. Pomi Bagalay will come in. Engiga will go out. Glorioso has returned to the lineup for Coach Tai Bundit. (21-14) second set. Cebrero. Oh, well done.
Clean point right there.
Umali has provided some points. Huh? He should have about 4 right now or so.
He has 4 with 33% efficiency when it comes to attacks.
He did not start here today. Huh? In the meantime, Almendras. That is foiled. Nowhere to go for Krong Arbasto.
Not just with blocking, not just with the offense rather, but also look at that block.
And now they're learning that there is a certain grit, a certain angas that they have to play with here. Almendras, reverse jump set. Ooh, that's a miss. That's 3 straight points now for the Meat Masters. It was earlier 21-14, and now it's 21-17.
You know, it's only a 4-point lead, but you see Coach Tai on the side, no? Some urgency na makabawi agad itong Criss Cross.
And they do. They arrive at 22. Coach Tai wants to change the lineup. He wants Ish Polvorosa back on the floor. Saura as well.
Now making sure that they secure this set.
Polvorosa all set to serve. They are leading by 5 here. 3 steps away from taking a 2-set-to-love lead, and that is a miss by Ish.
That can happen, no?
Second service error by Polvorosa here today.
And you know, coming off the bench, we are at the venue na medyo malamig din.
Yeah.
Could be, not an excuse, but
It
you know,
happens.
it happens.
Again, it's Wilbert Cebrero, the setter. That's a wicked shot by Saura that finds no defense in front of it.
Si Saura sabi niya, ay kahit galing ako sa bench, mainit na mainit pa rin. He is...
Muusok pa.
Muusok pa.
23-18. Cebrero checks the horizon. Combination play. They got it. Rare moment for them to get a combination play down. This is a major incremental increase. 19 points.
Honrado with that down the line attack. We've seen him score some points in this game, ano, and he's been going for those angles. No, sinusubukan talaga niyang kumuha ng mga unmanned areas.
Which might be the right way to do it. Oh, look at this. Garcia. Superhuman skills.
Super jump. Look at that leaping ability. Pwede pa ako maglakad sa ilalim.
Well said. Alam mo, in some sports, you can say, hindi tao to eh. Lumilipad talaga eh. May timeout. Tingnan natin kung ma-hold off itong inevitable.
Go, pasa, tas atake. Tingnan mo, silipin mo, silipin mo. Yung
Tiwala pre ha! Martelli! Butchers! Isang linis lang.
convincing na pasok para...
Alam mo, yan ang usong yan eh. Cool coaching. Tapos na yung era ng mga nagwawalang coaching. Talaga.
More calm na ba?
Iba eh, di ba? I don't know if it's generational or it's maybe for the better. Di ba? Kasi pag lagi kang galit, hindi na maintindihan ng players eh. Ano ba coach ang gusto mo? Set point tayo. Honrado. Blocked. Kept in play. Pinalo. That will be it. And this second set is now pocketed by the King Crunchers at 25-19 after taking the first set 25-9. Watch this, what Saura does. Bang, out of reach. And we'll have your third set ready for you wherever you are in just a short while. That's the running score, 25-9, 25-19. 10-point increase. Why not? That's even better. They were in step through several stretches, actually, in the second set.
It definitely a much better set for them. I think here, no, the intention of Martelli Meats, we saw how they deliberately went for those areas, especially itong si Honrado, no, deliberately went to those areas na unmanned talaga. We also had the support of Umali right there in that last set, as the numbers here still speaks for what we have seen. No? Talagang lamang pa rin itong Criss Cross pagdating sa opensa. Blocking, on the other hand, has improved for Martelli Meats in set number 2. Likewise, yung aces, they were able to challenge, Criss Cross a bit at the net. And also sa pagdating sa kanilang first ball. But still, yun nga, kulang pa rin. It's still not enough.
Exactly. And lost team towards the home stretch. Huwag kalimutan, Arena Plus, astig sa sports. Might as well post. Total, kinukunan nyo kami. Sige na. Hey, what are you doing here? You're a newscaster already.
A lot of people watching.
Yeah, of course, she is the... I know, I forget
Kailangan ba na introduction?
the formal position. She's the parang chairman of this the Spikers Turf. And of course, we are looking forward to her playing again after one conference sitting down. Mukhang balik na sila ni Tots Carlos sa Creamline. And the Creamline Choco game is scheduled at the Araneta Coliseum. That's something to look forward to, of course.
Should be an exciting one.
Okay, 2 sets to love. Now, what's your mindset here if you're Martelli? Okay, we've gone that far. We have to do so much more, I guess.
There was a huge improvement from their game in set number 1 to set number 2. So I think if it's just proving that they can do better, they've shown that. Now, the key is for them to ensure that they don't let go. Kasi minsan yung umpisa, they keep in step pero bumibitaw sila. And Criss Cross won't hand this over to them easily.
In the meantime, we have Jack Requenton knocking that down the line, producing our first point here in set number 3. King Crunchers have added Lawrence Calayag of SBU on the floor. Oh, Calayag. Nalunod sa ere.
Hindi nagkaintindihan sa timing. Look at that.
Oh, nauna yan ang talon sa lundag, di ba? As we have Requenton serving. That nips the net. The quick set. Handled well. 1 up and a free ball given up. They kept it alive. Polvorosa sets and a bullet unleashed. And Wilbert Cebrero unable to contain it.
Look how fluid the plays are on the side of Criss Cross.
So fluid to the fact that they can now variate in every which way. And I like your point about Polvorosa being in good shape here. For the King Crunchers, and a good counter on the other side. Umali has scored here, huh?
And we did mention how Umali made a huge difference also in that previous set.
Ken Rod Umali will be serving right now. Polvorosa, one-handed pickup that time. The toss over, no need to attack, no, couldn't attack. And Giga. And that managed to find a way through despite the presence of some very good defense there. And Chung is all set to serve. Umali forward at the net. Punched up that time by Alfaro. This one will connect. Reyes finding a way. Watch this.
Going up against a single block.
Alam mo, magdi-develop to eh. Yung BNS, yung Savoj, Yung iba na yan eh, galing din yan sa mga early days eh. May mga, in the meantime, bungled by Jara Quinton, making our score 3-4.
He's loving it.
Yeah, and Reyes will continue to serve. Hello, Butas.
Sabi nila, simple lang.
1 point is 1 point.
Oh, you get a good read of the defense. Everyone actually, no, on the side of Martelli Meats expecting na papalo eh. Nakaatras sila.
Rexenthal with a sneaky smile after delivering that nicely placed shot. In the meantime, a short attempt. The lead is extended to 3 at 6-3. You know, once the confidence sets in for the King Crunchers, together with their skills, they're hard to beat, really.
Ooh, what a serve.
Oh, good pickup that time. And Cortez. His shots and scores have been too few and far between, but they are there. No question about it. They arrive at 4 points. Kalayag serve. Kalayag picks it up on the back row. Here's his set. Cortez. Polvorosa. No problem. Elevated high by Simpiang. And Cortez. Red. You know, iba yung thrill ng blocking. Iba yung makasara ka eh. Tingnan mo itong,
So satisfying para sa mga blockers.
Anybody I ask between a spike and a block wins most of the time. Mas malaki effort ng block.
Alam mo, back in the day talaga, no? Back in the day, even defense. But of course, hindi na ginagawa to ng yung generation ngayon. Eh. Pag may malakas na palo, tapos nakukuha mo, naalala mo ba kung anong sinasabi back in the day?
Puto.
Puto, di ba? Sarap din ang feeling.
Sarap
Wala
din.
nang ganun kasi.
Wala, di ba? Hindi nila alam yan. Mag-break kami sa technical timeout.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2024, where power meets passion. Now, Sir Seven, and earlier you guys were talking about Ish Polvorosa, and I just want to add and talk about his immense improvement as a player here for the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Now, of course, Ish did talk to me about his immense improvement. He admitted his inconsistency in the last conference and how he actually worked on this for 1 whole year. He had his lack of confidence. He practiced self-help. He read a lot of self-help books as well, and manifested every morning for him to get to where he is right now. We all know that he was great in his collegiate career, even here in the pros, but then he knew that he needed to do more. And he's happy to say that now he is more confident after all those self-help books. He is now more vocal, and he can finally say that he is now a leader for the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Back to you guys.
I guess thank you, Ariana. I think every athlete goes through that doubt period. Am I still good enough? Can I still play? Should I still play? Diba? Should I retire? Oh, good pickup. Back in the back row. Oh. And that'll count. Umali has played so well. Ilang points na si Umali sa'yo dyan? 8?
Umali already has 7.
7
points.
And that's coming off the bench, huh?
And you know, this is good support, because earlier in the pregame, we did talk about Cortez. Cortez has 5 points, Umali has 7. And ito yung kailangan nila. And this is probably why also they managed to improve their performance in set number 2.
9-7 count here. Ish with the serve. Umali, he has a wallop. Pepito, however, handling the floor. Riquinton hitting it high and out. That'll make it 9-8.
Alam niya from the contact of the ball.
Yung tunog, ano? Yung word kasi puto, nag-umpisa daw yan, ang legend sa military teams. You know? Pag pinaluan sila, yung mga, siyempre, mga sundalo, matitigas eh. Ayaw lang palo mo, puto, parang puto lang. Di ba?
Parang easy lang.
So, malambot. Wow, yan hindi. Bawing-bawi si Riquinton. Malutong. Kahit ano ipatong mo dyan. 10-8.
But I love that decision making. Coming from an arrow, ibabalik mo sa kanya. And this is what we
tama.
would like eh. You need bigyan mo ng opportunity. Bigyan mo ng chance ang bumawi.
Actually, sa floor lang yan. Kindat lang yan eh. Di ba? Parang short of sight. Babalik ako sa'yo. Oh, good. This is not a bad player. Umali with some deliveries. He has 8 points.
And we are seeing him score here sa outside hitter area. Meron siya sa opposite. Quite not one of the tallest players that we have here in the lineup. But right now, really showing a lot of talent here.
Oh, that's hard to do. Yung back pedal ka, mahirap yun. And he ended up not knowing if he would hit the bars over there. Sombrero. Look at this.
Kasi he couldn't keep his eye off the ball.
And it was not high enough for him to make a spin, to be able to dig cleanly. But here we go. Oh, that will be in. Yes, it is. Now, it's a much closer score at 11-10.
This is also where we are seeing Martelli Meats. They vary the height of their sets now.
Yeah.
Hindi lahat mataas, and it seems to be working for them.
6 points so far by Reyes. That is unstoppable. You know, when you want a point, it's like going to an ATM that's loaded.
Sarap naman ng ganung ATM.
Yeah,
labas ng labas ng points.
Hindi ikaw kailangan magpuno. Basta pagpunta mo, meron doon. Parang as reliable as the ones you go to 7-Eleven, di ba? In the meantime, that's a regalo. Oh, I knew Ish Polvorosa could not deny it. It was so delicious.
What a wonderful opportunity,
Yeah.
sabi ni Ish.
Akin ito!
Oo, di ba?
13-10. Solid ace. You know, can't blame Ricardo Alfaro. That was just so loaded, actually. 14-10. That'll work. Renz Cruz making that happen, making it 14-11. Some starters return. Conrado is one of them. Tubog did not start, but he now returns. You know, not a bad game by Martelli. They might not win this, but they have played a decent game. They've gone, except for that first set. That was forgettable, actually.
And yun nga sabi natin, no, lagi natin sinasabi, for these younger, newer teams, it's all about experience. But also, at this point, kasi ayaw mo na kinakain ka lang ng kalaban. You want to be able to give them a good fight.
Especially if you're 0-5, you have not won a single game. And I guess the same thing applies for Chichi. That is denied. Polvorosa and Intal conniving. Watch this. This is the Great Wall of Criss Cross.
Making it look so simple.
Oh.
But, of course, these guys, they've been doing it for years.
Playable. It has to be a free ball. Given up. Polvorosa says, Riquinton blast away. And we arrive at the second technical timeout at 16-11. King Crunchers out of any threat as of the moment.
Tagal ko na sinasabi to nung rookie pa lang ako hanggang ngayon, dala-dala ko to siguro. Siguro yung disiplina. Disiplina sa sarili. Kasi kahit saan ka pumunta, yun yung magiging baon mo. Outside the court, inside the court, mapunta sa trabaho, bahay. Kailangan bit-bit mo pa rin yung disiplina.
Okay, thank you very much, Nico. And by the way, your favorite NBA superstars are on NBA TV Philippines, now available on Signal Play. Download the Signal Play app and subscribe now on the App Store. And now you can also visit Google Play for that to catch all the action of this new NBA season. Earlier today, the Warriors winning against the Mavericks in the first return of Klay Thompson to the Bay Area. 16-12 tally here. Polvoro, what a set. Kinuha, sinungkit sa ere. Umali. Oh, he's a good player. He's a good player.
And, you know, really earning his minutes in this game. Ito yung sabi mo, hindi to chamba because he's been consistently scoring the points here for Martelli Meats. And look at that, between.
Sa dalawa, no? Lusot eh. Overpass. And Umali says, I want more.
9 points for Umali. I think that is his 10th point.
And they come within 2 points of the King Crunchers. Polvorosa. That is blocked away and out. 17th point of the King Crushers. (14-17). 17 is serving against 14 now. Intal doing the honors. One-handed set. Regalo. Jammed, however. Hindi maibaon ni Renz Cruz.
Oo, tsaka si Ish. Really right there at the net. Pag sinabi ng coach, wag iiwanan. That's exactly what he's doing there.
Coach Tai continues to work on his team's formation. Umali fires away. Polvorosa following the second ball. Oh! And that's long. Here comes the serve. Oh, quick counter and Giga knocking that down.
And Giga saying naman, here comes my attack.
My version.
Such a clean one. Look at this. Nice back set.
And he can get great elevation. Just excellent on the vertical leap. Polvorosa serves. Alfaro receiving. Honrado with a difficult angle. Pepito. One-handed pickup. And it's still alive. A rally is happening. Oh, but you got to keep your hands in front of you, really.
And, you know, having easy returns also, no, on the other side would really be at their disadvantage.
Ball will not die until the whistle sounds, really. Got to be constantly ready with those hands in front of you. Umali rejected.
Good coverage there.
Teodones, the push by Honrado might have touched the net there.
Clearly, it touched the tape of the net and he knew it. He was putting more force in dahil may dalawang blockers sa harap niya.
And Coach Conde wants to stem the tide here. Calls a timeout.
Simplihan na lang natin, ha? Kasi ilang beses na yun eh. Kay Tubog din. Ba't sa sais mo nilagay? Diba? Simplihan natin. Pag out of system na play, punta tayo sa basic, ha?
Go, go, go.
Game. Kumuha tayo momentum. Kaya pa yan. Pwede pa yan.
Hey, Martelli!
Alam mo, pag new team, you begin to sound like a broken CD, a busted record. She keep repeating the lessons. Jewel Asia sees action here in the home stretch. Joel, of course, one of the veteran setters. Also had stints with Signal. Good set, but nowhere to go.
And we heard the call, no? Yung instruction ng coach earlier. If alanganin na, you go back to the basic. I think the only danger with basic at this moment is exactly that. Dahil nababasa na talaga ng blockers.
Yes. Hey, Honrado, not bad. Huh? He loved that down the line area, and he'll continue to get better. Cebrero will return together with Kalayag. He'll pull out Honrado as well as Tubog. Here's the serve. Picked up downstairs. Umali flies and it's hit out. Some light in a very dark tunnel.
Over that point.
But now it won't happen. The last 5 points have been all King Crunchers. Pagalag comes in. Saw brief action in the second set earlier.
It's been a very steady game here for Criss Cross.
Ricanton, good combination. But Umali read and denied. We are arrived at match point. 6 straight points by the King Crunchers. And we're done. And so it's a straight sets win for the King Crunchers, who took the game via a 25-9, 25-19, 25-16 route. And the Martelli Meats Master Butchers remain winless after 6 games. We'll wrap this up, talk to our best player of the game, and give you some numbers and look at the schedule come Friday as well.
You're still watching the Spikers Turf Invitational Conference 2024, and that concludes our second game for today's doubleheader. The Criss Cross King Crunchers going against the Martelli Meats. And syempre, kasama natin ngayon our best player of the game, Francis Saura of Criss Cross, winning in 3 sets. Congratulations, Francis.
Thank you.
Alright, so Francis, of course, sabi sa akin ng coaching staff and ni Captain Isay na parang yung goal ninyo for today is to be leaders on the court, especially na wala si Kapitan Isay. So can you talk to me about kamusta naman yung leadership mo dito sa group today and also your teammates?
Ginagawa ko lang kasi wala si si Boss Isay. chinicheer up yung mga teammate ko, sample, mga chance ball. Nagsisigawan kami, pero in a good way na, sa'yo yan, yung ganun po. Mga simpleng bagay, mga small details na malaking impact naman sa dulo.
Yes, kailangan nyo talaga yung impact na yun. Most especially your next game is going against the undefeated FEU squad.
Yes,
so can you talk to me about siguro anong magiging mental preparation ninyo as a team and also yung physical preparation ninyo going against FEU?
Siguro, siyempre FEU din yun. Siyempre mga bata, collegiate. So gigil yung mga yun. So iano namin sa team namin, no, sa bawat sarili na hindi talaga basta bibitaw yung FEU. So mas titibayan pa namin yung opensa, depensa, tsaka yung tiwala sa mga kasama, tsaka tiwala sa sarili. Ayun.
Thank you so much, Francis.
Thank
May gusto
you.
ka bang batiin, Francis?
Binabati ko yung family ko sa Davao, si Mama Pinky, si Kuya Bel, si Kuya Jay, si Risa, si Tita Hani, si Tita Teltel, Marlo Saysay, and mga friends ko sa high school, sa Thompson Christian School. So thank you, and thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you so much, Francis. Our best player of the game, Francis Saura of the Criss Cross King Crunchers. Back to you, Sir 7 and.
Okay, daghang salamat. Mag-ayong gabi kaninyong tanan, mga taga Davao. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. But they very, wow, very powerful performance by the King Crunchers here, Ann.
Yes, and yung ating napiling player of the game, no, si Saura, also had a very good performance. 69% success or efficiency sa kanyang opensa. But he wasn't alone. No?
Yep.
The rest of the squad, of course, also played their part. As we look at the numbers for set number 3, dito mas dikit yung opensa ng Martelli Meats. But I think the major difference that we've seen, no, in set number 3, ibang klase itong blocking ng Criss Cross. They really covered that net area that really made it so difficult, no, para dito sa Martelli ang pumuntos. But for both teams, I think what's good to note is that they were able to minimize their errors.
And this is the schedule on Friday, as we thank Anna Romulia Kanda and Ayana Perlas. And the Navy goes up against the Savoy Spin Doctors. Eco Oil de la Salle will go up against the Signal HD Spikers. So, till Friday, we look forward to seeing you in this place where power definitely meets a ton of passion. Big win in straight sets by the King Crunchers. We'll see you on Friday.